Item number 6. Please scroll down. Next page. Scroll down, please. Stop. Next page. Item number 7. Scroll down. Item number 8. Scroll down to the end of the page. Next page, please. Item number 9. Item number 10. 11. Item number 12. Resolutions 1, 2. Next page. Item number 13. And 14. So check.
Voilà. Donc, le rapport nous est soumis pour l'adoption. Est-ce qu'il y a des amendements? Donc, tout le monde l'a reçu quelques jours, semaines avant la tenue de cet avis. Donc, s'il y a des amendements, il faudra les faire tout de suite avant l'adoption. S'il n'y a pas d'amendement, alors qu'il propose son adoption.
Are you rejecting the minutes? They have to be adopted. So remove. This chair is proposing. Echo Connect removes 2 seconds. University of the Government.
Merci. Connecter.
So next item, Chair, is matters arising from the minutes. Actually, there was only one issue that we had to tackle before this AGM, and it was about the membership fee arrears. So it was proposed during the AGM last year that members of these areas liaise with the Secretariat to find a way of clearing these areas and to make arrangements case by case. So as you know, as members, especially those who are not in good standing, the Secretariat reached out to every member that is in good standing, and with an invitation to discuss with the Secretary to propose a scheme that they think is feasible for them to clear their areas. So as you know, after the initial email, the Secretary reached out twice as reminders. But here I have to say that we do not have a positive outcome out of this, because we did not receive any proposition from these members on how to clear the areas that they have. So this is the only matter that arises from last year's minutes, and I'm reporting to you here at the AGM that there was no positive outcome to this approach to get defaulting members to pay their annual membership fees.
Je crois que cette question a été longuement débattue au sein du conseil d'administration. Nous avons fait confier au DG de faire des propositions. Donc nous avons demandé au DG de nous faire des propositions. Nous allons soumettre cette proposition au Assemblée. Voir ce qu'il y a.
So there is one point in this AGM, in the resolutions, that tries to tackle this issue, and it will be proposed to the AGM to have a look at it and to see, what kind of a solution you can find, to this problem. Because as you know, this problem is preventing us implementing the new constitution. As you know, the new constitution says that board members have to be nominated and elected by members in good standing. So, as you know, we don't have, many members in good standing, especially from the handling group, and that is preventing us actually to implement the new constitution. So we are trying to find to go around it, and there will be one proposal in the resolutions, that could eventually help us to solve this problem in the next coming months. So I think, Chair, we can move to the next item. This is the CEO report. If you could please display the CEO report. Thank you very much. First slide, please. Next slide. So regarding membership, this is the current situation that we have now, and I won't go through the list. So our members, from Burkina Faso to Togo. Please, can you reduce that a bit? the width of the page. Okay, from last year, so we have 2 new members. Universidade Accra, that is represented here, Mr. Jallo. And we also have University of the Gambia, Dr. Hyderabad, and welcome. So we welcome these 2 members, 2 new members to the WACREN family. And I must say, you see them currently under associate members. They are associate members because the entrants are not formed yet. Okay. So this is a kind of interim status before they become full members, full entrant members. So WACREN is working with the University of the Gambia, the University of Accra, to establish entrance in these 2 countries. So we think that this process will be completed within the next couple of months. So you also see here you see also here Benin, Herbert. Herbert is actually participating in our activities, and the only thing is that they have not formalized yet their membership at WACREN, because they have to fill and submit the membership application form, which is not done yet. That's why cannot be considered as a member yet. So we could add to this list actually Mauritania. We are also working with Mauritania to establish an entrant in the front. And we do think that very soon, the next couple of months, we will have an entrant in Mauritania, we will have an entrant in the Gambia, and an entrant in Visa. Next slide, please. So this is our current network. From last year, there was no change. There was no change in the network because, as you know, we had challenges getting the co-funding. On the AC3, that means that we were not able to procure new links to connect members that are not yet on the backbone. So this has been sorted, and a procurement is currently running, to connect the 5 additional countries. Meaning that by next year we will have 5 countries that will be connected to our 5 other countries that will be connected to our backbone. Can you please go to the next slide? Smoothly. Thank you. This is our plan, so procurement is ongoing. You will see that we initially had 3 hubs, Accra, Abidjan, and Lagos. We will have very soon another hub in Dakar, Senegal. And we will have also a new pub in Marseille that will be connected to the pub in Dakar, and also to the pub in London. So the 5 countries that will be connected to our new pub in Dakar, Banjul, the Gambia, Freetown, Monrovia, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau, and Mauritania. So we think that these 5 countries will be connected to our backbone to the hub in Dakar in the next couple of months. You will also see that we have a link for Togo, a link to Lagos, because the link from Lomé to Accra, Ghana is a terrestrial link and not, let's say, there are a lot of fiber cuts, on this terrestrial link. So the service is very poor. So we are now going to procure a link from Lomé to Lagos using submarine cables. So that will make that the service to Togore more, let's say, more resilient, more efficient. The last because the downtime of the link from Lomé is to Accra is just huge. Next. Okay, this is our capacity building activities. So we have more than 20 sessions actually. Capacity building sessions under the Africa Connect 3 project and under the ADC project. It is, I think it's 130 plus participants, 25 speakers, 18 countries. We have 5 side events and 5 conference sessions. So this enabled us also to develop new partnerships or strengthen existing partnerships, especially with ICTP and invest in open infrastructure. So this gave us also opportunity for more advocacy for our efforts. Next. Okay, for the Africa Digital Campus project, we held trainings on design and operation of campus networks. We did that in Ouagadougou and in Cotonou. We also did kind of identity federation roadshow, or any room roadshow, how we call it. Identity federation access management, which is in Ouagadougou and Parabou. And we also had ADC Community Day that we held in Ouagadougou and Lokosa to get more closer to the community, to the users, of the services, we are developing under this project. Next one. Communications. So there were some activities around NRENs and SDGs, meaning how NRENs, contribute in attaining the objective, the Sustainable Development Goals. And we'll get this document, and you will see a link to the report for more information on that. And a policy paper was also developed. This is under the Africa Connect project, and we contributed to a series of blogs that highlights the contribution to 6 Sustainable Development Goals. So we still have challenges with the NREN fish. So as you know, EFA keeps chasing the NREN CEOs for this fish. They are important. So we had a project management board meeting this week, the AC3 project management board meeting, and we are looking at ways on how to, let's say, make the survey thinner, so that you don't spend too much time, responding to the question. But these issues are very important. They are very important because sometimes they are approached by partners who want to know what is happening in this country, in the other countries, and if we cannot provide enough information to these partners, they don't know, how they could assist, to develop the element. So it is information for us, it's information for our funder, but it's also something that gives you more visibility and gives you more opportunity for partnerships. So on the Social Africa ADC, on the ADC side, so there is a social media management for this project. And there was also a communication implementation plan that was revised during 2023. And there is a new website for the project, so we invite you to go over it. Next one. So right now we have 12 staff. We have 12 staff. Some of them being actually under the ADC project. But the moment we took under the ADC project, then the two engineers and one DevOps. So we are there today, including Brian Nadi, who is from WACREN, and who joined WACREN the 1st of January, 2nd of January. And we have also represented the project manager, and she will take office on the 1st of April 2024. So this was actually the next one. This is a leftover. You can skip. You can skip this one. So I could not reach out to you. I forgot that I didn't have the figures here. But we have only few members who are in good standing. And from the NREN, we have 13 NREN, but we have only 3 that are in good standing. So if we count the new members, but as associate members, so they are 5 in good standing. So we think that we have to do more effort, on this front. And we provide services to the members that are connected to our work. We also provide services to members that are not connected to WACREN. For example, video conferencing services. Unfortunately, the invoices are paid very late, and this has an impact on our cash flow. Okay? So right now we have a push backlog, push areas, in payment for services that are already been rendered to members. So we think that we must have, more, we must do more effort, in paying the invoices on time. So detailed financial report will be given by the finance officer. Next slide. So this is to acknowledge, our funders, our supporters, our partners, and first of all, the European Commission. Even our partners, is always around, okay, doing many things with us. So thank you very much. Umuntun Alliance, of course, we do many things with Umuntun Alliance and also ASEAN. And we also collaborate with European countries such as Canada and EFN. So we are also grateful to our colleagues in France, AFP, Agence Française de Développement, and all the partners in the ADC project. So we have started collaborating more closely with XDO of the UK, and we do think that this collaboration will be strengthened in the coming years. This is especially in our Foundation. the WACREN project, that had allowed, the Gambia and Guinea-Bissau to join us, and then soon Mauritania. So ICTP, we do a lot of training in ICTP. So IOI, we also collaborate with them, UAD, UAG, and University of Lagos, that contributed to various of our activities. And of course, all of our worked with us, before the conference in 2023 and to our program. So I thank you very much, Chair. This was my report.
Part of garnets means that this is an open forum where we can all contribute, unless that is not the case. But if you allow me to make a point about the non-payment of the membership fees, which I think is a concern, then I will do that. If not, I can.
Please, there will be
Let's go now all the motivation election. My name is Dr. I think most of the points there are quite understanding, particularly for the extension of connectivity to new countries like the Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia. So we sincerely welcome that. Very explicit, we are concerned about the payment. I think it's a warning for all of us members, because as an organization, we need some funding to most of the activities that you support, particularly the capacity building that members do enjoy. So we will take that home and inform our communities to see how we can improve on Bien, merci. Merci Radio. Donc, s'il n'y a pas d'autres questions, on passe au dessus.
So the next point is the financial report. Ivan. Please, I remind you that all these documents have been sent to all members. Please display the financial report.
So good afternoon once again. My name is Ivan, the Finance and Admin Officer at WACREN, and I'll be presenting to you the audited financial report. As my CEO has said already, the detailed report has been sent to all members, so this will just be a brief summary of the report. So I'm presenting the statement of financial performance, as well as the statement of financial position for the year 2023. I'll start with the statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 2023. We'll start with the revenue for the year. The total revenue accrued for the year was $3,644,220 US, made up of membership subscription of $46,480 US, portion of African products trade claims for the year of $384,251 US. A portion of the African product trade grant from the European Commission for the period of $946,064 US. The grant portion from the IRD for the year of $246,562 US, as well as a grant from FCDO of $15,020 US for the period. We received the first grant from IFO for the year of $2,235 US, and the membership backbone contribution for the year of $1,969,234 US, as against $498,012 US for the previous years. And this rise was due to the membership contribution for the AC3 counterpart funding, as CEO mentioned in the report for the year. We also received other donations of $34,446 US for the year, giving us the total revenue, as I mentioned earlier, of $3,644,000 US, $3,644,220 US. I'll move on to the expenditure for the period. We get project development expenditure, mainly made up of O&M fees for the various link of $110,327 US, and the AC3 African Monetary Project co-funding transfer of $1,327,001 US. Travel and transport costs for researchers for the period amounted to $24,922 US, and our expenditure on workshop and conferences for the period was $305,214 US. The portion of our expenditure for the FCDO project for the year 2023 was $24,559 US, and the cost incurred on personnel and researchers was $477,290 US. PRN and transit costs, which includes IP transit and colocation fees for the period, was $204,482 US. Other administrative expenses for the period amounted to $286,217 US, and this includes costs of audit fees, sub-trainings, and other office running expenditure. The depreciation charge for the year was $3,076 US. giving a total expenditure of $2,763,088 US. So netting the total revenue from the total expenditure gave a surplus of $881,132 US. I'll proceed to present the statement of financial position for the year ended 31st December 2023. Begin with the current assets for the period. The accounts receivables as at the year end was $529,189 US. And this is made up of revenue accrued, which we are expected to receive from our members for WACREN Connect, WACREN Zoom, and other WACREN services, as well as the membership fees, which are in arrears. Cash and cash equivalent for the year ended 31st December was $1,271,399 US, giving a total current assets figure of $1,800,588 US. Non-current assets. The next book value is the PPE for the period was $41,917 US. And the total asset, which is the current asset plus the non-current assets figure as at the year end, was $1,842,505 US. The current liabilities was the salary payables at the year end of $71,085 US. I will move on to the funds. The accumulated fund as at the year end was $1,728,349 US. And deferred income for the period, which is made of revenue raised, for which portion relates to the period after the period of the financial statement. That figure was $43,072 US, giving a total funds figure of $1,771,420 US. Now the current liabilities plus the funds figure for the year gives a total funds and liabilities figure of $1,842,505 US. Thank you very much. This is the end of the report.
Thank you very much, Ivan. So, the next item in the agenda, this will be discussed after. The next item on the agenda is the auditor's report. Please, can you display the Zoom because the auditors are making the report remotely. Mr. Sen. We have audited the accompanying financial statements of West and Central African Research and Education Network, which comprise the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2023, the statement of financial performance, the statement of fund changes, the statement of cash flows for the year then ended, the notes to the financial statements, which includes a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes as set out on page 8 to 19. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the Institute as at 31st December 2023 and its financial performance and cash flows for the year ended in accordance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standard (IPSAS) and in the manner required by the Companies Act 2019 Act 992 of Ghana. Basis of opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing, IASC. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statement section of our report. Independence. We are independent of the Institute in accordance with the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, IESBA Code, and we have fulfilled our other ethical requirements in accordance with these requirements and the IESBA Code. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Auditor's responsibility for the audit of the financial statements. Our objectives are to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error, and to issue an auditor's report that includes our opinion. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but it's not a guarantee that an audit conducted in accordance with ISAs will always detect a material misstatement when it exists. Misstatements can arise from fraud or error and are considered material if individually or in aggregate they could reasonably be expected to influence the economic decisions of users taken on the basis of these financial statements. As part of an audit in accordance with IASs, we exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism throughout the audits. We communicate with the directors regarding, among other things, the planned scope and timing of the audit and significant audit findings, including any significant deficiencies in the internal controls that we identified during our audit. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. Compliance with the requirements of Section 133 of the Companies Act 2019 Act 992 of Ghana. We have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. In our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept, and the statement of financial position and income statements are in agreement with the books of the accounts. Signed, K. Asante Redu Consultancy, Chartered Accountants. Thank you.
Coordinateur, devant.
Again, thank you so much, CEO and the board members. My contribution is around the source of funding. In as much as we have our traditional funders, I think WACREN is moving to a stage wherein we can also consider other funding options. I mean, it's becoming a regional capacity building for connectivity and services to universities and research institutions. So maybe we make other funding options to enhance our sources of funding. FCDO have started. I'm sure if we also decide to look at the Science Granting Council to approach them, even within the region, also the African Union, these are areas maybe we can look at other options to enhance our funding mechanism. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Est-ce qu'on a d'autres contributions? Apports, questions?
Thank you very much. I don't have a question regards to what was presented.
Sorry, who is that?
Yeah, it's the... Yes. I just wanted to thank WACREN for allowing Gambia to become a member as a premium associate member. Of course, we are also working earnestly to ensure that probably in a couple of months' time to get connected. Once again, it is a pleasure to be a member of this regional fraternity in the area of technology and connectivity. We look forward to a fully established firm with strong standing in the future. Thank you.
Merci, Mme Gambi. Donc, s'il n'y a plus d'autres intervenants, on va passer au prochain. Sur le DG.
Merci, Chair. Just one comment on Thomas regarding diversifying our source of funding through services, but what you have mentioned is capacity building is actually part of our portfolio. So, and then that want to benefit from tailored capacity building activities, can of course approach the Secretariat. So the next point is on the agenda is point number 10, the proposed WACREN constitution and issues of membership fee areas. So as I said earlier, so what is holding us implementing the new constitution is that we don't have enough members in order to have a good standing. The board has discussed a proposal, and it has also been, let's say, forwarded to members for consideration. I mean, the CEOs for consideration, and I can summarize the proposal here. What the board proposes and submits to the AGM is to write off all areas prior to 2019. That means that all areas prior to 2019 will be written off. Number 2 is that defaulting members who want to regularize their status and be considered in good standing should commit to pay their 2024 annual membership fee plus at least 1 year of area, plus minimum of 1 year of area. And will be the same for the subsequent years until they have paid off all areas. Meaning a member that, let's say, has 6 years of area, have not paid since, let's say, 2017, will be considered that they owe only from 2019. But for them to benefit from the scheme, they have to pay this year area plus 1 year of area, 2 years, and continue doing so until all areas are paid. So if we implement this, of course, it would, let's say, look like this would be unfair, to members who have in good standing all these years. That's why we have to discuss that between us, between members, and this has been discussed, with the CEOs at the CEO meeting. And number 3 of the proposal is that members in good standing and members with less than 3 years arrears will be rewarded by providing 2 full sponsorships to WACREN workshops, and this for 3 years. And for 3 years, they will be offered, if a member is entitled to a full sponsorship to attend an event, these members, meaning those in good standing and those with a maximum of 2 years arrears, will be offered for each of the activities we'll be having an additional 2 full sponsorships, and this for 3 years as a reward. So this is what the board has proposed and also forwarded to the CEOs. Thank you. And we hope that by implementing this, we will have a big number of members who are in good standing, and this before the end of this year, to allow us to implement the new constitution, meaning nominate members of the board and also proceed to voting for board positions. Thank you.
Merci DG. Et toujours dans ce même sens, je voudrais rappeler que depuis 2022, le Conseil avait décidé de réduire la contribution de $3 000 à $1 000. Et donc nous allons, avant de passer au point suivant, créer des commentaires sur ce point. Est-ce que des membres ont des commentaires à faire? Sinon, on passe au point suivant.
The next point, the next item on the agenda is the review and adoption of resolutions. Please, can you display the resolutions put before the AGM for discussion, review, and adoption? So this was also sent to members. AGM has received and approved the 2023 financial report as presented by the Finance and Administration Officer. So this is number 2. The number 1 is approve the 2023 annual report as shared with members and summarized at the AGM. This is resolution number 1. Resolution number 2. The AGM has received and approved the 2023 financial report as presented by the Finance and Administration Officer. But Chair, I think that I read all resolutions and then members can discuss any of them. If there are some comments. Resolution number 3. The AGM has received and approved the report of the external auditor for the 2023 financial year. Resolution number 4. The AGM resolves that Asante K. Wiredu Consultancy will be appointed as external auditor for the 2024 financial year. Resolution number 5. The AGM has received and approved the board proposition regarding the write-off of annual membership fee arrears as presented and discussed at the AGM. Resolution number 6. The resolution has received and approved the board proposition to continue the suspension of the adoption and implementation of the proposed new WACREN constitution. Therefore, the board composition remains unchanged. A special general assembly will be held in October 2024 to assess the situation and advise on the way forward. So the rationale of this resolution number 6 is that with what has been proposed regarding the areas of members to be considered as in good standing, that we will have several members that will take that opportunity and be in good standing in the next couple of months, so that we can assess the situation at a special AGM that will be held in October 2024.
Merci, DG. Donc voilà la série de résolutions qui est soumise à votre appréciation. Donc, le membre du Conseil, de façon consensuelle, a décidé d'apporter pour le moment dans ces dispositions, afin qu'en octobre 2024, nous puissions faire l'état des lieux dans la perspective du renouvellement des conseils d'administration. Donc voilà, est-ce qu'il y a des commentaires? Sinon, nous allons passer à l'adoption de ces résolutions. Effectivement, on consent. Si je ne vois pas de main levée, ça veut dire que nous passons à l'adoption. Alors, qui propose l'adoption de ces résolutions? Malérène, qui est le second? Angela. Bon, le nouveau membre. Bon, Angela. Merci.
Chair, now we are in the the end of this, toward the end of this AGM. So we have one last point, which is open mic. So this open mic is for all who are present here, and they can make comments on whatever they think, it will be useful, for the organization. They can make comment on, some of the aspects. I think you wanted to make a comment regarding, on a point, of the CEO report. So this is an opportunity. This is not only for members. This is for all present here. Okay. So, and of course for AUB, it's not like discussion. Don't expect responses, from the board, but it's your comments, they will be recorded, but it's not like discussing around the point. So you make your comments, they will be, taken into account, and discussed later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chair, President, I want to make a couple of points. The first one is that I think in future, those who constitute membership of the AGM should be clarified. Come again. My name is Samuel Dikwe. I am from KNUS Department, Kuma University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, Ghana. My first point is that in future it will be very important that those of us attending the WACREN conference, it is very clear who constitutes the membership of the AGM, because some of us were left to come because we thought or believed that once you are a member of an NRange, in my particular case, Garnet, then maybe I could sit in this meeting, which is why I waited. The second point regards the point you made about non-payment of membership fee or dues, which is long overdue. What is not very clear to me is what efforts have been made by the office to get these institutions to pay before we come to the point of saying that they haven't actually paid. Because it all depends on the systems that have been put in place, one for invoicing them and then making sure that the reminders are sent and all that. And I say that mindful of an issue about an alignment of budgetary processes within the individual countries and institutions, and maybe the accounting practices of WACREN. Maybe if there's not a proper alignment of these, you can have a situation where these things actually get into that kind of areas. For example, in my library, we get invoiced from CALIC. Depending on when the invoice actually comes, it falls into a particular budgetary year if it is not issued earlier, which means that I may not be able to pay and I could be deemed as default, when in reality it is a systemic misalignment. So that is something that I thought we should take into consideration. But finally, I want to thank the membership and the office for all the hard work that we have put into preparing this. I'm very happy and very proud of you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I observed the report of the CEO that quite a lot. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Charles Wadia. I'm the chairman in Coconut. I observed a lot has been done on the Africa Connect 3. And I'm aware Africa Connect 3 ought to have ended in 2023. What exactly is the status of projects on the Africa Connect 3? And I'm also aware Africa Connect 4 is in the making. What are we to expect? garde à accompagner les reines. Est-ce que le conseil d'administration a prévu un mécanisme pour venir en aide à ces pays? Je le dis parce que actuellement le Togo a des difficultés. Le gouvernement s'est désengagé complètement et ça crée d'énormes difficultés au chapitre national du Togo. Je vous remercie.
Merci.
So as I said, normally there are comments that we take home, but I do think because for clarity there was a question, so I will answer them. Okay, maybe so that you don't wait until next year to get the response. Okay. No, actually the AGM is for members. Okay. When you say members, so it's the NREN, it's the WACREN members. Okay. It's not the members of the WACREN members. Okay. So WACREN, sorry, it's not, yes, Garnet is a member of WACREN. Okay. So, but Garnet should be represented. They have someone who represents, Garnet. But this is the AGM, so we make it public. So everybody can attend. However, for instance, if you have to vote for something, you will not be eligible for voting because you are not representing Ghana. This year, okay? But the good thing is that, Africa Connect 4, you also probably start in November 2024. So there won't be a gap. So what we expect from that, we have discussed some with the CEOs, okay, of the members of WACREN. But the negotiations, discussions, on the details, on what will be done on the Africa Connect 4 is currently being discussed with the European Commission. Thank you. And yes, regarding what can do, for countries, without government support. As you know, we do a lot. We do a lot on advocacy. We do a lot of advocacy. But sometimes in our countries, ministers expire very quickly. You get a minister 2-3 years, he's changed. Do good or work as a minister, he is really supportive. You know, after 2 years, it has changed. You get a new minister, you have to start over again and again. So this is something that is very difficult. I know that you have challenges in Togo because of lack of support of government, but this has not been always the case. Has not been always the case. Togo was one of the, countries, that was at the front, at the forefront of what we were doing, because the very minister was very supportive, Professor Broom. Okay, but you get a change in minister, you have a new minister who is not very supportive, and then you get into trouble. But this is something that we do regularly. That last time I was in Lorraine, we tried to meet the minister, but we couldn't. Okay, so it was to sensitize him, to support Togo, because without that support, it is really very difficult, for the Netherlands to be lifted, to the next level. So, but we do our best, and we have an advocacy program on that, to reach out to governments, to reach out to ministers, and also to find, channels, through which, we can reach to these ministers, through our African ambassadors, for instance. That Professor Bloom is one of our African ambassadors, and he's very committed, and he also tries to speak, to ministers, in other from countries, to sensitize them. We do our best, but sometimes it has limitations. Thank you very much.
Bien, merci déjà pour ces réponses. Nous tendons donc à la fin de notre assemblée générale. Je voudrais particulièrement remercier la communauté, donc ici présente, pour assister à cette assemblée générale, ce qui prouve qu'elle est très intéressée par ce que nous faisons. Et pour elle, remercier aussi nos partenaires qui sont encore là, présents à cette assemblée générale, ce qui prouve aussi qu'ils sont très intéressés par ce que nous faisons. Et ensuite, toute l'équipe WACREN, nos sponsors, les CEO, les membres de cette administration, il y a d'autres qui sont en ligne, qui nous suivent actuellement. Je voudrais aussi les remercier. Donc voilà, je ne sais pas si c'est un du conseil quelques mots à dire. Sinon, donc, je vais demander à une demande de la clôture de cette assemblée générale.
So, who moves for the adjournment of the, you cannot move it. You are not representing Ghana. Who moves for the adjournment? Okay, we have Sierra Leone, SLN, and University of the Gambia. Thank you very much.
Merci. Merci. Donc, nous déclarons cette assemblée générale 2024 clôturée.